Ryan and Jimin stood by the bench, the warm hues of the setting sun painting the sky with shade of orange and pink. They were both in middle school, and their innocent love had blown out high. As they embraced, a gentle breeze swiveled around them, making the moment feel magical. Ryan, there's something I have been wanting to tell you for a long time. I have liked you since we were kids. You have been so kind, understanding, and beautiful. I want to be with you for the rest of my life. Jimin, I feel the same way. You have been my closest friend, and I can't imagine my life without you. Jimin's heart soared with joy as he heard those words from Ryan. They both knew that their bond was special and strong. They were hopeful about their future together. The next day brought unexpected darkness. Ryan was nowhere to be found, and Jimin was desperate to find her. Panic and worry consumed him until he finally received a heart-wrenching text message. Jimin, I can't do this anymore. I need to go away and I can't explain why. Please, don't try to find me. It's better this way. Why? No. Please don't leave me like this. Tell me what is wrong. We can figure it out together. I love you and I can't bear the thought of losing you. But no matter how many times Jimin tried to reach out, Ryan remained unaddressable and her messages grew more distant and cold. The pain of not knowing where she went tore at Jimin's heart. In the face of Ryan's absence and silence, Jimin's love turned into anger. The confusion and heart gave way to cold, hardened exterior, shielding himself from further pain. Fine. If she wants to leave without an explanation, then it's okay. I don't need her. Love only leads to heartbreak, and I won't let myself to be hurt again. As time passed, Jimin built a wall around his heart, becoming distant and detached from others. His friend noticed the change, but he refused to let anyone get close enough to hurt him. Even though Jimin tried to suppress his emotion, the memory of violence lingered in the depth of his heart. He couldn't forget the love they once shared. The pain of her sudden departure haunted him. 10 years later, 10 years have passed, and Jimin has transformed from a warm-hearted teenager into a heartless and dangerous mafia leader. His life has taken a dark turn, and he has become immersed in the world of crime and power. His reputation as a fearsome and influential figure spread far and wide. One day, as Jimin sat in the office filled with a sense of authority, Mr. Smith, his loyal manager, entered the room with a serious expression. What is it, Mr. Smith? Make it quick. Sir, I have something important news. Our new business partner, Mr. Johnson, is sending a gift as a gesture of goodwill. It's a slave girl and she will arrive tomorrow. Jimin's face remained stoic, but deep inside, he felt disgusted by the idea of owning another person. However, he knew he had to maintain his image and reputation in the criminal world. Fine, let her come. But make sure she kept away from me. I have no interest in such things. Understood, sir. But I must warn you that Mr. Johnson has a reputation of being ruthless. Accepting this gift may strengthen our alliance and benefits our business dealing. I don't need your warning, Mr. Smith. Just do as you told. Mr. Smith nodded and left Jimin's office. Leaving him alone with his thought, deep down Jimin felt a sense of guilt and remorse from the person he had become. He once believed in the love and compassion, but his path had led him far away from these virtues. The next day, the gift arrived at Jimin's luxurious estate. A young woman traveling with fear was brought into his mansion under the watchful eyes of his hitchman. Welcome to your new home, girl. You better behave if you know what is good for you. And always call him master. May I know where I am? Hitchman slapped her hand. Shut up. The girl nodded, too frightened to speak, and was led to the luxurious room where she was to stay. Jimmy remained distant and avoided any contact with her, not wanting to be reminded of the dark reality he was involved. The grand dining room was adorned with lavish decoration. As Jimmy sat in the head of the table, his usual cold and stoic glamour in place, Mr. Smith, the manager, stood respectfully nearby, waiting for an instruction. Mr. Smith, I haven't seen or heard from the girl since she arrived. Has she been taken care of? Yes, sir. She's been in her room entire day as instructed, but she hasn't eaten anything. Jimmy's face softened for a moment, a flicker of concern showing in his eyes, though he quick masked of it with his core expression. Why don't you ensure she has eaten something to eat? My apologies, sir. I thought she wouldn't want it to be disturbed. I will make sure she will be informed about the dinner from now on. See that, you two. From now on, she should have her meals at the dining table with the rest of you. Understood, sir. As Jimmy finished his dinner, he stood up and ready to retire to his room. Before leaving, he turned to Mr. Smith and spoke coldly. Inform her that she needs to have dinner on time from now on. I don't want to hear any excuses. I will relay the message, sir. Jimmy left the dining room and walked up to his room. Despite his efforts to maintain his cold face, he couldn't help but feel a pang of guilt, his previous indifference towards the girl's well-being. Meanwhile, Mr. Smith made his way to the girl's room, knocking gently on the door. Miss, it's dinner time. The boss wants you to join us downstairs. The girl, who has been sitting quietly in her room, looked up in surprise. She hesitated for a moment before speaking softly. I'm not hungry, thank you. It's important to take care of yourself. Please come down and have some dinner. You need to eat. After some persuasion, the girl finally agreed to join them for dinner. Mr. Smith led her to the dining room, where the rest of the staff was already eating. Jimmy looked up briefly as she entered, but quickly averted gaze. During the dinner, Mr. Smith and routine in the mansion, making sure the girl understood her responsibility and what was expected of her. Thank you for your kindness. I will do my best. You are welcome, miss. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to ask. After dinner, the girl sat pounded in her chest as she found herself in a different room by mistake. The grandeur of the mansion and the similar architecture outside of the room had confused her, leading her to the wrong place. The room was dimly lit, and the silence weighted heavily on her. Oh no, I must have made a mistake. I shouldn't be here. She was about to leave when she noticed a faint sound coming from a corner. Curiosity got the better of her. She tiptoed closer to investigate. As she approached, she saw something sitting in the corner, his head resting on his knees. His demeanor was different, where she had been during their encounters. He looked vulnerable. Most of its weight of the world was cursing him. Excuse me, I think I got lost. I didn't mean to introduce. What are you doing here? Without looking towards him. I made a mistake. I thought this was my room. I'm sorry. Leave now. The girl hesitated, feeling a strange urge to reach out to him. But she knew she should respect his space. She turned to leave, but before doing so, she spoke softly. If you ever need something to talk, I'm always here. Thank you for being kind to me. Jimmy's heart punched in his chest as he heard the girl's voice, and he turned to look at her in shock. Your name is Leon, right? Yes, that's right. Yeah. The confusion in Jimmy's mind was overwhelming. He was certain that he had heard Ryan's voice. But how could this girl be his childhood love? Yet, as he turned on the light, his eyes met hers. He felt like he was looking at a familiar scene. As the dim light revealed her face more clearly, it dawned on Jimmy. It was Ryan, his companion, standing right in front of him after all these years. He couldn't believe it, and in that moment, all the emotions he had buried deep inside came rushing back. Ryan? Is that really you? Without any word, Jimmy rushed to her and pulled her into a tight embrace, tears streaming down their faces. I thought I had lost you forever. I searched for you everywhere, but you were gone. I never wanted to live with Jimmy. Please save me from him. Please, Jimmy. You fainted in Jimmy's arms. To be continued. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for the next part.